So hello, Legacy. I want to introduce everyone to our next 30-minute spotlight series with one of our Rockstar agents. Many of you have heard this voice, have seen this man inside of the Market Center, but rarely have we gotten Sean to come out and talk about his business and what he does. So I want to introduce to you Sean Wilson from the Wilson Homes Group. Sean is a powerhouse agent and loves to be behind the scenes, but today we're going to take a few minutes to kind of dig into Sean and his business so that everyone can see really what drives him and how he's been so successful. So Sean, tell us about you. How long have you been in the business?
I've been in real estate for at least about 18, 19 years. Absolutely, yes.
All right. And so in that 18, 19 years, how has your team grown? So what size business what size business are you right now?
Pretty good. We should be north of 30 mil. We got an excellent team. Right now, I got a team of 15 back and front end field agents and all. Yeah, that's what we got.
All right. And then how many units are you doing in that 30 million?
We should come close. We're around 135. Hopefully push closer. We ain't gonna hit 2, but we should be damn near close.
Is 2 your target goal each year?
250 really.
250?
250 really is 250.
Okay. And so, and what's beautiful about that 250 goal, what are some of the things that you and your team are doing to push to try to reach that goal each year?
Capture, retain our clients and build leads off the clients, as well as the interact with truly a Zillow leads and stuff like that, a combination of both, but keep nurturing the clients we have. So they're going to keep coming back. They'll keep coming back. We don't have to worry about truly a Zillow is just the icing on the cake. We all should have returning clients. That should not be the driving point of your business.
Yeah. Well, and you and I, we've had some one-on-one conversations and we've dug deep. So one thing that I really want to talk about is what you just mentioned, you know, establishing that rapport with the client and running with that. Let's break down the business from the buyer and seller standpoint. Do you know if you're more listing focused or more buyer focused?
I like buyers, but typically it does come in because a lot of people on my team, we do flip homes and we build rental properties. So we also do property management also through our own properties that we accumulate, and which we like to get the homeowners and the renters to eventually buy. Okay. So we control that in our little back nest area. It's mostly sellers. I like buyers, but I do find my business being inundated with sellers, listings.
All right, and so in the listings that you have, and we know we talk about in the Red Book that you get a listing that helps you get the buyer, and it sounds like you're cultivating that wonderfully, and you're cultivating and grabbing more listings on a regular basis. Talk to me a bit about how you view the marketing of those properties. And specifically, we had a conversation recently where you were very adamant. You were looking to hire someone on the team to handle some of the marketing things. And I asked you specifically, well, what would their role be? And you started listing out some of the things that you go through from a marketing perspective. Talk to me about that. What do you do to market for your business and your properties?
Well, you know, being grassroots a little in the business, not like a lot of millennials, you know, internet is definitely important, but a lot of our market, we believe in grassroots. You know, you get the client, if you want to take a listing, we get that particular listing. We have a database of over 20,000 people. So we rotate it through the database. That particular home goes to everybody. Then as a team, all of us have a different spirit. Everybody will take, so we're all socially obligated to blast on our platforms. So, you know, you blast on your platform, you put it on market it. It's not just the MLS. And then we have every lender we ever come in contact with. Every lender gets a list every Monday of every listing we had. Then we offer an incentive. Your buyers chooses, we'll provide the home warranty. Because it's just reaching people, they're the ones, you know, word of mouth. With the sun, when you get people word of mouth, they tend to trust you a little bit more than an internet lead that you're trying to culture and cultivate, because there's no loyalty there. More loyalty I find, and when I'm dealing with people just grassroots, hey, I'm afraid of this client. I'm afraid this, and they see how it works. That's how we typically.
So kind of digging in that, you keep a database of every client that you come across.
Every client, every lender, every agent. If I did business with any client, with any agent, they should be in your database because they can buy again if it was a grateful experience with the agent. Of course, agents have houses, agents have clients. You want to reach the people to help get rid of the listings. So you always list this, you gotta find a way to streamline out the people. Housing counseling agencies, we've been real successful marketing with them because, most of them do home buying seminars at least twice a month. If they got at least 25 people, one way or another, if they're interested or not, it's reaching. And that's just other people. So that's how we like to do that.
You mentioned two things in that. You said you build a level of trust with the clients and it creates a sense of loyalty. What is it in the marketing that you send out to? What is it that established that trust?
I think it's a person, when you meet these clients, this is it's no magic form of my business. At the end of the day, this guy gave me, he just told me this, he felt the secret sauce. Care about the client. It's as small as it, just if you care about the client and it ain't just about the money, because they can tell. Easier said than done getting in this business because you only get paid when you sell it. I knock on wood. When I didn't care about the client, knowing in my heart, this really ain't the house for them, but my rent due, this due. But once I stopped that, it's just been amazing.
Well, let's dig into that a little bit because I know the passion that you have for people. But this goes for whether you're new or whether you're experienced inside the business. You just hit on something. When you were doing business just to survive, it seems as if you're going month to month and struggle.
Yeah. But when you was doing it, once I showed the client I cared, and there's different ways. When you jump in this business, you don't have clients. You really don't. You make love to the ones you just get, and they'll be there forever. Now, I got clients literally from 10, 20 years. They calling, they're not going to deal with nobody but me because I cared. And just for a prime example, you get a client, they just filed bankruptcy. They just was discharged, so now you got a 2 to 3 year wait. It don't hurt to contact that client every 6 months. You ain't got no, when you're in this bit, when you first start, you don't have as many clients as when you get a team. So if you're showing all of them, man, I care about your well-being, find out kids, husband, what's going on in life. Just generally care. If you talk to a client on the phone and, oh, Sean, I'm not feeling well right now, I can't talk, what's going on? My daughter got sent home, she had pneumonia or fever. It's nothing wrong. Take $100. Send a flower, send a fruit basket, send something. It just showed, look, it's just not about me selling this house. Even after you sell the house, call them a couple of days after, just check how the house going. Don't be ashamed of the work you've done by calling, asking questions, not just about a lead, but just to generally care. When you talk to a client, a kid going to senior high, saying, hey, graduate, make it to another level. It's just taking while you're new in the business, you don't have thousands of clients. You make the first 25 clients admire and want to be in business with you so bad because you're showing it's just not about the dollar. It's really not. And you get in this business because we may get in the business because of money, but ultimately you build generational wealth for people. Damn, they pay me to do this. And I'm teaching this person, she has a kid, she'll be able to sell her first house, then, hey, look, once you've done that, you meet somebody you buying up now, you just building. Man, it's just something like it. We stumbled into the greatest business I've ever done. I'm just saying, because you're getting paid to take people's lives to another level. Their life. This is the biggest investment somebody ever made. And we can sometimes take it for granted. I know I had. You wake up and you just, I'm back selling. But they trusting you to sell them out. Not your cousin, your auntie. You're talking about somebody I didn't know her a couple weeks. And they coming to me, hat in hand, please help me get the house. The biggest investment they make in their life. Why not? How can you can't take that for granted. And
that passion that you have to help people and not just to get them in their home, but cultivate and grow and provide wealth to their family, I think it speaks volumes for the business that you built and people coming in and saying that I want to work with you, I want to trust you, and I want to send my family to you because I know you're going to do the same for them. And you talk about those first 25 and hold them, and I think you said, and do what? If you make love to those first 25, they'll be with you forever, right? So what do those phone calls look like, right? You say you're reaching out every 6 months. Are you reaching out soliciting? Or are you reaching out just to have conversation? What does that conversation sound like?
I use the conversation with somebody filing bankruptcy as a good example. Set them up every 6 months, you call them for the first year. Then if it's a 3-year thing with the bankruptcy, then on the second year, I literally plan for every client depending on what they at, so the second year, I'm now down to every 3 months. The last year, I'm breaking it, just checking them more often because you don't want to, oh, I'm not ready for 3 years, but then you pop up a call.
3 years.
I mean, come on, where's the love? So the same thing if I send a client to a lender, we have a conversation, we look each other in the eye and make a commitment. Look, this is what you gotta do to get ready. I mean, because I don't know what most people face, but 7 out of 10 of my clients ain't no way close to being ready. So it's a commitment.
Wait,
7 out of 10.
so your goal is actively to get 250 deals a year. We're at the 135 to 170, probably finish the year around 170 mark. So
Right.
we're pushing. And you're saying out of all those deals, 7 out of 10 of them aren't ready when you first contact them?
Because it ain't just, this is a marathon. We ain't just trying to eat for the day. I need job security in January too. So as we start that, you get people, clients say, okay, I'm not ready. Well, it go on to the lender plan. So you meet with your client. My thing is meet with the client, look, come see me. As we go on the buyer's agency agreement, look, this is what we got to work on. My thing is this, I'm gonna get you in the house. If you promise and trust me, I'm gonna get you in the house. If they commit, we shake hands on the commitment. And then in most cases, I'm following the lender's plan. Certain things they may gotta pay off, and everybody might not be blessed to have 20,000 just go pay off. It may be a process. Okay, so what is our plan? You gonna pay this, you gonna pay beat, you gonna pay the Best Buy now? So now we gonna come, when you gonna have Best Buy pay? I'm gonna call, we gonna walk. I mean, it's pretty much, most new agents don't have no business. So what are you doing? Your clients, these people you're building up, you want to get the people that want to buy, and we sit to each other, look, my commitment to you, if you do what you gotta do, I'm gonna get your house. And they tell me that expectations, then we shake. And it's like a binding agreement, a gentleman's handshake of getting them in the house. I'll call them, following the lender schedule. Hey, they should pay this off by then. They just checking in, telling me how you making out. All right, okay, you ain't get, things happen. We understand. How we gonna recommit and get this bill paid? It's kind of like you helping them with their credit. It's showing you really care, but they gonna be clients of mine. They won't let nobody else sell the house but you.
It's true. So this conversation, it goes more, you can be a new agent or you can be experienced. A question that I have from this is, your database is massive. How are you keeping in line with what plan that each person's on?
That's what the database you choose matters. It bangs you. If a client been in the house a year, anniversary dates, it bling you. Everything, birthday, bling you. Kid graduate, it bling you. Everything. The database, it'll bling you whenever you want. Nowadays, that's a lot easier than trying to keep it on a notepad. But everything with technology, Facebook, birthdays, holidays, everything that come up, you just want to just touch them. It's nothing wrong with, like, when you get in the business, you can't cheat the business. Ground up, you should be making a bunch of calls. So this particular comment, you making calls to new clients, past clients, old clients. It's just, you need to be making them calls. You're driving to work, call a fee. I mean, it's nothing. Just every piece of time, if you really serious about real estate, you gotta work. It ain't easy. But then again, I found that about anything in America you can do anything if you won't put the work into it. Just so happen, I got lucky and found something that I could change people's lives. And this is the only thing in life I've never cheated. And it's been paying off abundantly for me.
I mean, but it's true. It's one, you love this business.
Yeah. Yes.
I can see it, I can feel it, I can hear it. And when you love it, it almost seems as if it's not work. I'll be honest, There are days that I see you and I'm mad and I'm wondering, what do you do on a regular basis? Because it never seems like you're working. But on a regular basis, so we have those calls. So are you in the middle, in the weeds, getting bings, and you're making those phone calls? Is the team doing it? How is that structure working? How's that structure working?
So one of the biggest challenges was when we, going into the team structure, when I started the team, I believe it was in 2016. That was my biggest thing is I always, even coming to Keller Williams, where they teach you leverage. It's hard because it's not worth talking about clients. It's not worth, they are my social life. That's my life. So that was the toughest part, but Keller Williams try to guide back ways. So you try to impact with people that you're in business with to understand that you have to care. It's not just, it can't be just the money. People you employ, it gotta be some understanding when we doing business that we have to understand the kid. Nobody's perfect. I mean, you could point a finger, 4 pointing back. We all got issues. It's just the point how we gonna work with and help somebody through the issues. Everybody wanted to be right. I want to believe.
So the passion you have for your clients, if I'm hearing you correctly, you also have that same passion for your team members that work for you.
I love it. This is the only business you get your team, you can comprise the people that you want to be in business with. The same, I love the people I work with. I love them. I mean, I love each and every one of them, to shortcomings, to everything. Because nobody's perfect, but we're perfect together because my shortcomings, not where I fall short, they strengthen me where I can't do certain things. So we all help each other. And man, I love everybody. I don't think I would want to hire somebody if I not going to love it. I mean, why you want to be in business with somebody got animosity?
And do you think the relationship that you have with your team members bleeds over to your clients, seeing that passion that they have?
I will hope it. I don't want, because it's all about them. Our lives, our livelihood depends on the client. We're in a service business. That's what it is.
So I'm going to jump back to some of the marketing pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
To give points of reference. So Sean and I work together, and the largest home buying seminar that I have ever been a part of had over 170 people show up to a home buying seminar. We hosted it at a hotel. We had the lobby, and it was a massive event. Now, mind you, if you've ever thrown a home buying seminar, and this goes for some of our larger teams too, I've been a part where we've had 3 people. I've been a part where we had 10 people and we were celebrating, and then turn into having 175 people show up who are active, who are engaged, who want the information that we're providing. Then I've been to holiday celebrations that we've had. And for a lot of us in our teams, we'll throw a holiday celebration. We'll have, we might make it intimate and have 5 people, or we might have a larger celebration and have 30 to, 100 people show up. And then Sean has a holiday celebration with his past clients, and there are over 350 people who come and show up to his event, all bringing gifts, all bringing toys to help serve the community. So going back to that marketing piece, you have an extensive database, and it sounds like everyone that you come in contact with, you put it into that database.
Gotcha.
Is there any filtering that you do when you're sending out communication or you're reaching out to your clients?
Most of the stuff, if I have a listing, you never know who's looking, so it will go to everybody.
So all 20,000, you're sending that out to everyone?
Yeah, you send it. I mean, because lenders may be the ideal pool, but most of the time it go to everybody. You never know. Some people like to choose their own neighbors, because and then again, yeah, I think I started real estate when I got in real estate a while. Like I'm a little old, with Sonny and Chase, we all come from a small company. We didn't have the luxury of Keller Williams showing us. And I think a lot of us get sidetracked on trying to dip into everything. Mm-hmm. And I think I want to reel it in and show you what helped me being with, we focused on buyers because you had to start with buyers. Everything, and these newer agents, I mean, someone had the capacity to do so, but when you're jumping from one thing and having mastered one, it don't, you're setting yourself up. I say that to say, we got in, all we did was buyers, practice doing home buying seminars, to a great level. I built up my database that way. I've dealt with a lot of buyers that way, but how it helped me then as one investor, seemed like, man, every time I sell a house, you on the other side. Why am I doing business with my agent? He fired and started doing business with me. And then because now I done dealt with buyers, I know buyers looking for, I know what areas, it just became, it was a natural fruition to grow into dealing with investors, to go into the next level dealing with a bunch of investors, because I understood buyers and what they wanted. It's hard to try to do, it's doable to work with investors, sellers, but if you master one thing at a time in this business, because there's so many parts of this business, you can make a bunch of money, but you got to understand certain things, because it's a lot of first-time home buyer. It's a lot of things that can really help that first-time home buyer jump the fence. But if we don't know all the programs, get to know, going down Baltimore City, sending them flower baskets and fruit, going down there politicking, so you can get the live near you work, and them people will take your call down there. I mean, it's just certain levels. So I had every person that could give grant money, anybody that could give money to help my client, all because that was my spiel. You want to get a client in a house with less money possible, the buyer, because most of my clients, and I love the client base that I had, is single women, couples just starting out, because they the ones who gonna grow with you. I found, and they grew with me because when they first started, it's tough trying to get in the house. But then as they grown, then next time they come back, Mr. Wilson, I got my money now. I own this house and we're gonna grow. You're growing with your client. So that's how I felt I did. Growing my clients, I think, kept our relationship fresh and kept us good, because we started from the beginning. A lot of people, I don't want this find a lot of people insecure about their financial situation. And we have to be willing to sit down on their level, not over them and talk down to them, talk with them. Because, I mean, we all experience that, with your finances, that's kind of real, to be opening up.
Yeah. But you're genuine in your intent to help and provide them opportunities to change that path. Yeah. And you said it earlier that, hey, if you follow me, you stick with the plan that we have in place,
We'll get there.
We'll make it work.
We'll get there. No doubt.
It's a beautiful thing. So we're wrapping up at the 30 minutes, and I think you dropped some wonderful insight into your business, and how you operate for your clients. But just to really ask this question specifically, what gets you up in the morning? What has you come in? What's your big why about this business?
I mean, helping people. We are, think about it. We are making change in people's lives. This is really making a good change. This ain't somebody going to buy a car. This is something, you're buying a house that may be a big mama house, where everybody gonna be going there for dinner. Man, this first house somebody might be using to leverage to send their kid to college. This is it, man. This is it. It's, what else? What else can you impact somebody's life? They buy a house, they generate generational wealth for their kids, giving them a stable environment to grow and learn, as opposed to jumping from apartment to apartment. This do this free. This is good.
Man, well, I love it. And Sean, I really appreciate you just taking the 30 minutes out today just to have a quick chat, to have a conversation about you, your business, and your passion within it. And I think we all can see that you love it. And I think, honestly, I kind of got energized to go help somebody today just to listen. So, man, you make a difference in the communities you serve. You make a difference with your clients. You make a difference in our office. And with that, I want to say thank you. And I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll see you next month.